Like a Beverly dead. Hey, Lily Rose, darling, how you doing? Miss P, what's up? Miss Vix, what's up? Lady Lux, Scorpion Queen, get in there. I'm doing good, Lily Rose. I'm feeling good, doing good. Meditation went well this morning. Everything is all right. M.E. is she? How you doing? Miss Edwards, hi. Michelle Blackwell, what's up? Michelle? Sadie V. All right. Everybody. Y'all ready for this one? They got Phoenix Goddess up in this piece. Man, this thing vibrating like a motherfucker. I can't turn it off because I forget to turn the wrangle back on. Spiritual bestie. Friend, where have you been? Nobody knows. I don't know why when I hear that name, that's what I think about. I'm crazy. I can sing. And by the way, Spiritual Bestie can sing too. She been all over little TikTok blowing them vocals, boy. She Danny the King. Am I living in vain? She been getting it. Let me stop. I don't know if she sung that song. Everybody, y'all ready for a real informative and exercise style energy of a morning prayer? You guys will have to search hard for this. You guys will have to. Uh, you guys will have to do a little work, a little homework. I'm already tired, y'all. Y'all just don't get it. Whew. I guess by the way I do my content, I interact with you guys more so than a lot of other social media people on more so than I should. They say, but man, this energy be draining like hell. Come on. Well, I'm just gonna jump on into it. So I'm gonna need help pronouncing this word. Oh, that's right, Phoenix Goddess. Y'all hit that like button for me. Y'all get me out there. They took down my video last night. The first video I did, the topic was really hot and heavy and beautiful. I didn't do it that much cursing. I knew somebody would have played it on their channel, but YouTube took it down. They didn't archive it. They didn't give me a reason. They said I took it down, like I deleted it, but I've been doing this too long to delete my own video. So evidently they didn't want me to say what I said up there. So I did a secondary live and talked a little bit about it, but it wasn't as good as the first one because all the talking points was gone. But everybody, so I think they don't want me talking politically to you guys, but either way you look at it, the information got to get out there. Now, this word that we're going to talk about today, and I really need you guys to understand, this practice is a spiritual practice. It's more spiritual than it is emotional, but some emotional condensation going to come with it. The word is, and I got to say it, Dugaragi, Dugarology, Dugarology. sort of like a Portuguese style of talk, but not. Uh, but the definition of this word is an imaginary conversation with an old photograph of yourself. Imaginary conversation with an old photograph of yourself. So, people, in this time of social media, we post pictures when we're at the height of our life. Some of us post pictures when we're at the low point in our life. But we put those pictures in cyberspace and we just let them sit. We don't go back to look at them. We don't go back to check on the person that we once was. The coconut oil on my skin poked out. I ain't wiping in all the way. But we don't go back to look at some of the pictures we posted from 3, 4, 5 years ago. Uh, in a Keter moment, which the work we discussed, Google will pop them up. And at first, I was indifferent to when they pop them up. I don't want to recognize that shit. I don't want to remember the bad, the good, whatever. But then after researching this right here, the reason why 90% of us don't want to see our old selves is because we wasn't happy with that version of ourselves. As we go on in life, we change. We become something different, someone different. We develop different personas, different attitudes, different ideologies. So then we'll look at that version of ourselves that picture that was captured in time 6, 5, 2 years ago, hell, 2 months ago, 1 week ago. We'll look at that and be like, I'm better than that person in that picture. I don't need that energy that person was going through. That person was a drug addict. That person was a whore. That person was out there. That person was a womanizer. That person was a gold digger. Whatever you want to call it. We'll look at that photo we took from that person and we'll look at it as a negative light. Someone wants to look at that picture as, oh, I was up in that picture. I was up. I got to get back to that situation. So now you're letting that picture make you feel less than, lower than. At one point in the game, I was making over $160,000 a year. You know, I was living it up. Am I making that now? God no. I can't look at the time when I was fly as hell, fresh to death, making that money, and then look at this version of me and say you're a piece of crap, you ain't did nothing, and down talk myself. See, that's where the Keter come in. But then once I start researching this word, Daguerreolgue, you guys can figure it out. And it says an imaginary conversation with the old photo of yourself. And we're gonna get into the spiritual practice of this. And it's not just talk to yourself and make yourself proper. No, this is a real spiritual energy that needs to come through this. And I know it's gonna be expensive, what I'm gonna tell you, but you guys really should save up money to get this done in the future if you can. Well, I used to not like to look at myself, even in the past times when I was up high with the money, time when I was down low with nothing. I want to get rid of that, and I say, no, I'm the man I am today. I'm here. I'm here. Let's focus on the here and now. Let's focus on this. But then, because I didn't want to be reminded what I lost, or I didn't want to view the pain point that I was in. But after discovering this word, researching this word, meditating on this word, thinking on this word, I realized if I can go back and look at that picture, just post up a picture, blow it up on the wall, put it on your TV screen, interject your phone to the TV screen, and you look at yourself, tears running down your face, bags under your eyes, crust in your eyes, hair not done, filthy clothes, sitting on somebody's porch with a bag of chips, knowing you ain't ate in 3 days, and the only thing you could get nourishment for is a bag of chips and a Fago soda because you shooting so bad and you don't want nobody to know, or somebody found it not robbery to offer you what little they had, offer you a cheeseburger, a couple wings from the from the corner store. I done been in these particular situations. Living out your car for about 2, 3 months at a time because you too proud to go and ask somebody, can you stay on their flow? And then if you was to go and stay on their flow, they're gonna treat you like shit while you're there. You have to clean up their house, you have to babysit their kids, you have to wash their clothes. They turning you into a domestic servant while you trying to get your shit together. They constantly putting they boot on your goddamn neck. Done been there. But there's one time where people love to take pictures of people in those situations. Granted, they do it sometime to say, "Oh, look at me, I'm helping this person. I helped my homeboy. I helped my friend. I helped the homeless lady. I helped the homeless man. I helped this homeless family during Christmas." They'll capture that moment. They don't give you that picture when they capture that moment. They brag about that picture to all their other friends and family in their social circles. So you don't have a chance to look at that picture when you come up from, when you done came up and you're doing better. You don't get a chance to look at that version of you and have a conversation with that version of you, ask that version of you what, why, when, and how. Then all of a sudden that image pop up over your lifetime. You 30, 40, 50 years removed from that downfall you was at, that low point in your life, and it'll pop up, and then you get that killer moment where you don't want to see it at all because you don't want to be reminded. Well, people, I'm here to tell you that's when you should lean into that photo. You should blow that dangerously ugly, unkept, uncool, poor, destitute, son of a gun, son of a bitch picture. You're supposed to blow it up and you're supposed to look at it and you're supposed to have that conversation with yourself. Man, what the hell happened to you? This is how I talk to myself when I see old photos of me. When I was at my worst, when I see photos of me when I thought I was a pimp, a player, when I was a womanizer, when I was a damn near a Florida hoe. I look at that picture of me when I'm at that lowest. Hey man, damn boy, how you let yourself get to this point? What happened to you that allowed you to fall so? Did you just not care? Did you not have a contingency plan? Was it your mama? Was it your dad? Was it your father? Was you blaming the world for the shit you allowed the world to do to you? Did you sit up there and stand in the boo-boo while everybody was sitting up there wiping you down with it? Did you try to get out of that situation? I have those conversations with these old photos and I don't like it. Because you know what it turns around to for me? You did this to yourself. The photo will begin to talk back to you, people. I'm telling you, this is some real stuff. It'll break you down to nothing. It'll make you cry while you in your prayer closet or while you in your solitary moment. That photo will begin to talk back. That image of you, that version of you in that photo, no matter, and I'm talking about the bad one right now, that it will break you down and that photo will talk back to you and say, you put me here. You know you did. Because that future version of yourself that you wanted to be right now, you told me I had to go through this to get you to this point. That's your fault. I'm here. I'm glad you got out of it. But let's not bring me back to this reality again because I'm good resting here with the dead. I'm good resting here with the memories. But we don't listen. We'll sit up there and get on our high horse, get our money in our pocket, get that woman we want, get that man we want, we'll get that car we want, we'll get that house we want, and we'll get snobbish and bitch can't breathe my air. And then we go fall back to the same old pattern, going back to the same old hood, hanging around with the same old friend who didn't do shit for us when we was down, who made fun of us, who took advantage of us, and then you think that you're not supposed to fall again. Let me change that up because some of y'all may not catch that one. I like to put it on different topics in our life. Let's say we sit up here and we in a relationship. We got the same archetype of woman that we like. I love old dark melanated mofo. Love old dark melanated woman. Love old bright skinned red bone too. That's the poison choice for me. But then it's the attitude of that woman. And people, let me tell you, I love a bad girl. In my day, I love a bad girl. The most shit you talk, yeah, bitch, you can get it. I like that. Talk shit to me. Because I was such a nice guy. So I needed a balance, right? Love those shit talking bad girl. It ruined half of my day. Half of my life was ruined by that energy. But soon as I got up there with the money, the fame, the fortune, whatever, however you want to look at it, the sales, because I was making great money. I went and got that bad girl again. Not seeing the images when I'm looking at all the pictures I took with them other women, the bad girls, where I'm sad, I'm depressed, I'm trying to crack a smile, I'm driving in the car, they taking pictures and selfies and shit, and I'm looking at my face like why I'm here, but yet I'm here because I chose this and now I gotta follow through with the BS. Soon as I got up and I say I could choose any woman I want, I went and chose that same energy. In turn, put me in that same situation. Now imagine if I wouldn't have brushed off those pictures when I was looking all sad, depressed, holding hands with somebody who didn't care. That person happy, smiling, fat and fine, and I'm sitting up here struggling to hold in tears, sorrow, depression, knowing I don't want to be there. But because I had an ego at that time, I stayed in it. I dealt with it. Pictures are meant to be taken so we can see the moments in our life to where we can look at that picture and go back and talk to it. Now that's relationship for me. Some of y'all might have had the perfect relationship. I get it. I wasn't fortunate to get in them type of relationship. This is why I went to therapy now. This is why I became the spiritual due to relationship problems. I'm just gonna be G, keep it 100. I'm real. I'm transparent. Barron for president. But I never looked at those pictures. You know, and I'm gonna hurt your feelings, people. I'm gonna step on your toes today, but it's all in love and respect. Okay. I didn't look at those pictures. I didn't feel like looking at those pictures because I knew I was unhappy. But why was I such a coward that I couldn't look at my own self in the eyes? I couldn't look at the expression on my face. I couldn't look at my body language and see that I wasn't happy with that person, those people. I wasn't happy in that group surrounding I was in. I'm faking throwing up the sign. I'm faking doing that. Yeah. I'm faking hugging on brother. And the look in my face is like, damn, I just want to get this over with. I just want to go back to my house and relax and watch a movie or do something else. Because I was a coward, I couldn't look at myself. So when I discovered this word, I went back and I looked at all the photos in my phone, over 20,000 of them. And I deleted a shitload of them. Boy, it took me a week to delete so many photos that I had took living in my phone that I wasn't even posting. But I took them because I had to see myself, people. And I looked at myself and I focused. I made all my pictures relationship based. I had old photos in my phone that carried on from the SIM card from my first marriage. I wasn't smiling with Nicola. I had a mean mug look on my face in the majority of the photos I took with Nicole. Fast forward to Rebecca. I wasn't happy, happy, happy. I was forcing it. So I had to have a conversation with those two. Now that I'm healed enough to conversate with those two versions of me from that photo, I had to have a conversation with that person and say, man, why did you let yourself go through such hell? Why did you fake it? And I realized I didn't love me, man. I didn't love me. Not at one point in the game did I love me. I fancied me. I knew I was the shit. I took care of me. But I didn't love myself. So I put myself in hardship. And I was afraid to go back and tell the version of myself the truth. God help me. I'm talking fire today. I had to go back and look at that picture and tell myself and confront myself, not the future version of me, but this version right here. I had to tell that past self that I put it in that situation because I didn't love me enough to get out of those situations. So I let you suffer. And you know what? I'm sorry. I'm sorry, brother. I'm sorry, me from the past. I'm sorry I put you in that there. Because my future ambitions wasn't good enough, big enough, strong enough to help to allow you to allow me on the path to get to where I gotta go. Now I'm gonna stop it right there because a lot of people say, "Oh, we have to go through bullshit in order to achieve and ascend. Suffer unto thee, all ye lamb." Right? Bullshit. I don't think that. I think that's just a precursor to how they trying to get our mind to feel that way. Yes, people captured moments of me when I was at my lowest, and they didn't even show me that picture. True story. I'm transparent as hell. I'm transparent. You know, sometimes I want to cry when I think about this, but I gotta stop that. I'm stronger than these emotions and these memories. You know, I'm stronger than that. I can do it. You know, I can sit in my therapist and don't cry no more. I can do it with you guys. But get this. Uh my auntie, my auntie Tara. Beautiful sister. She'll never get old. 67 years old. 67 and she still look like she 42. I thought that lady was gonna be 35 for the rest of her life. She just that bit well built and beautiful. She had some pictures of me when I was at my lowest. And she takes them and she prints them out, from CVS, the drugstore. And we was talking because I had drove to her job and we had lunch together. And I'm sitting out there talking to Auntie. I'm sitting in her car. And she said, "Can I show you some?" I said, "Yeah." She went in her purse and she pulled out photos. I was a slim fella, no beard, looking like a goddamn squid with no hair on my face. And she said, "Nephew, I hated to see you like this." Listen to what the fuck she said. She said, "Nephew, I hated to see you like this." She said, "Your skin wasn't glowing. You had this dark haze around you. And when I took these pictures at the party, I developed them and I didn't let nobody see them in the family. Because I knew you were better than this. And I knew you were going through something." So she said, "I never showed these pictures to you. I kept these pictures and I always prayed on these pictures every day that you'll be okay." I said, "Let me see." Man, you tripping, Auntie. I'm him. I'm that dude right now. I got it going on, baby. I said, "Let me see." And when I looked at the pictures, I didn't recognize who I was at the time. I lived that life. I lived that crisis inside of me. I didn't recognize him. I didn't recognize him at all. I say, "Who that?" She said, "That's you, baby." I say, "No, that's not me. That ain't me. That's the nigga on the street. That's a bum. That's a homeless man. That's an unkept man." I say, "I'm very hygienic, very kept, very poised." She said, "That's you." And make it so bad, she gave me an age. She said, "That's you at 30. I'm 46. She said, "That 30-year-old you." And although you were smiling and interacting with everybody at the cookout, the picnic, the volleyball game, she said, "I just couldn't stand to see you like that." She said, "That's why I would always come over there and hug you and kiss you and tell you that you the sexiest man on the planet." She said, "I built you up, boy." And she said, "You start believing it and you became this man you is today that everybody rely on and depend on in the family." Do you know how hard that was to look at that picture? So I say, "Auntie, I don't want to look at it." I turned my head. I said, "Oh, no, I don't want to look at that." She said, "You going to look at it." She put it on her dashboard. She said, "Look at it. Talk to it." My auntie, not even a spiritual woman, Jesus Christ to her head. She said, "Talk to it." She said, "You need to figure out what got you here so you could never go back again." She said, "Because you're too important in the world." We got through eating our lunch. She went back in our building. I got in my car and I went on home. I didn't take the picture with me. I didn't look at it too long. But in my head, I cried because I was like, why in the hell did I get to that point that this version of me, don't recognize who I was and I lived the experience? Listen to what I'm saying, people. We run from ourselves 99% of the time. We don't run from our partners. We don't run from our emotions. We run from ourselves because once we turn that mirror back in on ourselves, we realize that we did some bad shit to ourselves, that 90% of the hurt, pain, suffering that was caused, we did it to ourselves. That's not saying I'm going to take it away from somebody who intentionally set out to hurt me and you. No, but we did it to ourselves. And we don't want to face it. We don't want to have that conversation. That's where this word come in at. Looking at an old photo of yourself, getting the conversation started with it and saying how, what, when, why, where, what the fuck were you doing, homeboy, that allowed you to get to this point? And I didn't love myself back then. I loved everybody else more so than myself. And I put myself in a situation to make everybody else happy. I know my weak points. I'm a giver. I'm a caring person. I'm a nurturer. I want to be a leader, but I don't have nobody to lead. That was my issue. But I start going through my Google source and looking at old pictures. And I started realizing that all these pictures throughout my times, I've had this energy on me. And it wasn't until I started healing myself, forgiving my mom and them, forgiving the women who hurt me, forgiving myself for allowing myself to be hurt, taken up and through there, yeah, even as a kid. Had to forgive myself for not standing up for myself. It is what it is, people. I'm real heavy on me. Now I can't see that haze on me no more. I can't imagine being in a place where I'm at my lowest. Even if I lose everything today, Poe in a goddamn shelter on the street in a tent, I still look at myself as the best, the brightest, the biggest, and the most of the most of the most of the most. Because that conversation I had with that person, long as I love myself, I can never go back to the person who loved everybody more than he loved himself. I had that conversation. It was hard to put the blame on you and not everybody else. It's hard to sit up there and see your shortcoming. It is so goddamn hard to be honest with you. And you the only person that matters on this planet. Now that was a personal thing, relationship. Let me get it into your spirituality. Because I said this is going to be a practice, people. I want you guys to get it. When it comes to spirituality, we choose the dish that's put in front of our face 90% of the time. 90% of the time, it is a Judeo Christian religion, version, rather that's Islam, Muslim, Islam, Pentecostal Baptist, it's something like that. We don't typically go to the old Orishas, saints, gods, Loas, and all that stuff there, because Christianity and any form of Judeo spirituality and the subs that come from it have permeated through the world. So it's all about a suffer unto me all ye lamb type thing, right? Rules, consequences, and that type of energy. When we go to funerals, when we go to wedding events, when we go to any place where we're in a religious ceremony, a religious building, we can be as ecstatic and happy for the person who's celebrating that energy at that time. But then when you look at you hugging on the bride, hugging on the groomsman, look at you in the crowd, look at the energy on you while you in those institutional buildings. Calm down, spirit. Look at the energy of you on those photos when you are in those spiritual institutional buildings. You're not happy. You may be smiling. You're not in a place of worship. You're there looking like, why the fuck I'm here? Because that photo will take it. Even if you cracking that damn smile, that photo don't lie. Because that's a version of you trapped in time. And that version of you, although we can get these fake smiles, we know we ain't ready. We know we ain't there. So when we in these religious institutions or these spiritual practices or these spiritual retreats, and you at your lowest or you at your highest, whatever it is, talk to that image too. What made me come to this place of worship? What made me get into spirituality? What made me say that I don't care about my birthplace of origin religion or spiritual system, that I want to transfer to this one over here? What are you running from? I can't put it on the fact that I don't love Jesus Christ, because that's all I know. So it's like, do I trust in Jesus Christ? I'm cooking today. I told you y'all not gonna like me. I'm cooking. It's not the fact that my whole family Muslim and I grew up worshiping Allah and I don't love Allah because that's all I knew. That's who I called. It's the fact that I didn't trust Allah. I didn't trust Shiva, Krishna. I didn't trust the saints, the Loas. I didn't trust the Catholics. It's that energy, right? So you look at yourself while you're in these institutions, even if you got the biggest smile on your face, you may be smiling because you're happy for your friend girl or your person or the person that the ceremony is going on. But what are you feeling in that moment? You feeling distant. I don't want to be there. You at your spiritual retreat, getting your head dipped in hot water and roses rubbed on your ass. And what made you to the point where you felt like this was a need for you? It's because you're not trusting your true spiritual source. So here's the homework, people. When you look at these pictures, when you at your spiritual retreat and you got your singing bowls and you got your flowers all over your ass and you got on your white and you yum yum your red cake on, what put you in that thing? What made you turn from your original native energy of spirituality? That's because you didn't trust the process, right? But let's get a little deeper because you're looking at yourself. You're talking to a version of yourself. It's because you didn't trust yourself. Now, I fell very short of my glory because I didn't love myself. I fell very short of my spiritual belief and my spiritual energy because I didn't trust myself. It wasn't about trusting in God. It wasn't trusting in Buddha. It wasn't trusting in Allah. I didn't trust myself. So I allowed myself to stray from the path that I knew would give me the best justice on the spiritual nature. So I gooped that. I started doing some whole shit, right? I started doing some goon shit. I started doing things that justified my spiritual practices and my spiritual belief. It's okay because you know what? Jesus don't like me no way. It's okay because Allah ain't it anyway. It's okay because Buddha, he just sat there. You know, we'll justify that shit because we don't trust ourselves to making a logical, informed decision on how we should do our spirituality. I'm not advocating for any religion. I'm just telling you what you did, how you did it, and why you got to that point. But if you go and you look at one of those pictures where you don't took you look at a picture of yourself from the past and you done took a picture of, I'm sorry, I'm double talking. Spirit is trying to come through and I'm not trying to hear what they got to say. They keep telling me, talk about palm trees. No, that's irrelevant. When you in this spiritual retreat or you in these spiritual places and things of that nature there, you look at the pictures of them and you wondering why you're in that circle. You talk to that individual identity that you were at that time and you say, why am I in this circle? Why am I here at a Oshun Bimbe? Why am I here at a Shango fire ceremony? Why am I here at this Christian retreat? Why am I here at this Islamic pilgrimage? Why am I taking this pilgrimage to Mecca? Nobody gets that. They just get the, I'm doing it. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. You ever look at a picture and ask yourself why? I'll tell you why I became the Baron. Because the car was sitting on my fucking chest. And I made a deal that I didn't want to go. So I didn't go. I didn't trust whatever spiritual system that started me off in. Whatever my family was worshiping, I didn't do it. So I chose. Choosing had a divine impact on who I am now. Now I am the Baron. Walking two worlds, baby. So when I look at images of me trusting in the Christ God energy, I wasn't happy. When I look at me when I tried to be a pagan, a Celtic individual, I wasn't happy. But when I discovered that Haitian Loa, to which I am not even Haitian, I got happy, satisfied. I had to trust me to make the proper decision for me, not my mom, not my dad, not my grandma, not my community, not my preacher, none of that. I had to trust in me to make the proper decision for me, who I wanted to serve, worship, and pray to, who I wanted to draw energy from. Half of y'all go to these institutions and you don't even know why you're there. Half of y'all still dress up on Sunday going to praise of Jesus Christ in a church where nobody even know who Jesus Christ is. They don't even speak the word of the living Jesus no more. They just want you to come out there, give money and look good and give you a sound bite in something you can motivational speech and send you on your goddamn way, knowing that life is finna bust your ass up because you're gonna try to do good for the first 3 hours. You out of that religious institution. Oh, I could dress the part, I could look the part, I could act the part online. But when that photo snap and I'm sitting up there being my authentic self, because that photo don't move, it just snaps you there. You look at it and you see that you was a lie. It's a hurtful thing. Now let me get over here to these selfies. Now, I've been in situations where I've been at my lowest. I hated myself. I wasn't feeling good. So I do the little selfie and I try to fake the smile. It may look like I'm enjoying myself to you. Got a beer in my hand. But inside I'm broken, I'm shattered, I'm gone. I know what I was going through in that moment. You don't. Some of us with spiritual eyes, we see. Then we'll flip that thing over. A couple months pass. We'll go up our photo time feed and we'll see that picture. We can't stand to even look at it. Because we know we was faking the phone for the goddamn camera. We know we was faking it for y'all. Why did we feel the need to fake it? That's what I would ask myself in some of these pictures I took, to which I took a lot of them down. Why did I feel the need to fake it? It says, because I didn't respect myself. I didn't respect myself enough to take a photo of the true pain and sorrow and hurt that was in my soul, in my eyes. So I had to lie to myself and when you lie to yourself, that's lack of respect for yourself. So we got love. I didn't love myself at one point. I didn't trust myself at one point. Now I didn't respect myself. Are y'all seeing how we need to rebuild who the hell we are to get to where we need to be? I didn't respect myself to go through the pain and suffering before I posted. I just needed attention. Cheap, 1 or 2 likes. I know people that would dress up in fine clothes in their house. Don't leave that motherfucker. Dress up real good. To the nine. Beat their face with the makeup. Get a haircut, come straight home. Dress up in nice suit, stand in front of a mirror, a corner where it's all white and a flower in a mirror around the corner on the side and all that shit there. Dress up, put on clothes, take poses, snap. Don't even leave the house to go nowhere. Don't even go and have a good dinner, a good meal. And then you take the clothes off, you hang them back up, and those clothes never get used. That's lack of respect for yourself, people. Anytime I put it on, I'm going to wear it out. You can best believe that. Anytime I put it on, I'm going to wear it out. Even right now, I respect myself so much as a man and as a healed individual that even when I put on my clothes and I get dressed, I'm going to go somewhere. I don't give a damn if it's the Walmart. I don't give a damn if it's down to walk around the park and come back looking fresh. I'm going to go somewhere because I got to respect myself enough to know that my inner energy told me I need to dress up. I need to look good in order to feel better so I can respect myself. So I'm going to put it on and I'm going to wear it out. I don't care if it's for 1 hour, 2 hours. I respect myself enough to know that I need a real boost of confidence. And I'm going to wash that ass, get dressed, throw on some nice smell good. What? Huh? And I want you to stare at me. I want you to look at me. I don't need a picture. I'm going to walk hard, stride. Stick my pelvis out in front so you can see my dick print as I walk. I'm him. I'm arrogant. I'm just telling you, I'm going to be president. Transparent. Stick my shoulders up. Buff and walk around. Cocky, arrogant, stank walk. Walk past a woman sitting there knowing I ain't got no intention of talking to her. How you doing, sweetheart? You all right? Good. You be blessed. Keep on walking. Because I crave the attention. I respect myself that I want that person to respect who I am in that moment. I ain't got to take a picture of it because I did it. Actions speak louder than words. See, I learned how to break these disrespectful cycles I had by posting something for the gram. Trying to pretend that I'm in a good place when I'm in a sad, depressed state. I puts it on to wear it out. And your real-time reaction looks makes me feel good. And then I come back home, take it off, and yeah, baby, you did that. Saw that motherfucker looking at you. Look at the dude. He was over there hating. He had to grab his woman and pull her clothes because you was a threat to that motherfucker. I get you, boy. You him. Now I'm confident. I'm bad. I got so much respect for myself. Ain't no way in hell I'm gonna let somebody tear me down. Let an insult or some verbal abuse come across my text message, my phone, my picture, to where it tear me down to the point where I just depressed again. Sometimes people, we have to look at those pictures that we take from the past and have that conversation with them and say, how did you get to this point of this lowliness? Now let me get rid of the gloom and doom. Let's talk about the times when we at these happy-go-lucky moments in our life. We smiling so hard, the back of our teeth showing. If you done lost a few, you can see the spaces. We smiling so hard. We just in such a happy moment. Everything good. We looking good, smelling good, feeling good. We next to our favorite people. We with our favorite kid folk. We jumping up and down. We just in a sight. We on a roller coaster. Ooh. Half of us don't even look at those pictures either. Let me tell you why. We don't want to have a conversation with that person in that picture. Because one, we don't love each other. We don't love ourselves. We're not trusting ourselves, and we don't respect ourselves enough to feel the emotion and energy from that photo. Because we live in a perpetual state of, I may fail, it may not work, I may not get that moment again. I don't want to realize that I had a good time in my life at that point in the game, and look at me where I'm at now. We don't want to have that picture and ask the same question. Good, bad, or indifferent. How did you get there? What was you going on in your life that got you to this point that you were so happy? What you were doing that got you to the point where you smiling so hard you can see your goddamn grin wrinkles in your eyeballs? What the fuck were you doing, man? What the fuck were you doing, Barry? What the fuck were you doing, Kelly? What the fuck were you doing, Kale? Because if you figure out what it was you was doing, you'll realize that you're not doing it now. And it'll make you depressed, sad, and indifferent to what's going on in your life. So we blank those happy moments out too. See me, I'm the one that look at them happy moments. And I'm arrogant and cocky with it. Yeah, boy, you was in shape there. I don't look at me in the pictures, I look at the background. I'm so cocky with my shit. Look at that bird over there. That bird couldn't even build his nest because the bitch was too busy checking me out. Look at the snake over there in the corner in the grass. I ain't know you were there, but bitch, you were watching. You hate me, snake. The fish in the ocean, I think all the fish in the lake in the back of the picture was staring at me, wanting me to come over there and dip my hand in the water just so they could get the oil off my skin and say, I know that nigga though. See, I'm him. I'm cocky with it, right? Because I have to take the good with the bad. In terms of ego, nobody can match mine. In terms of living life, nobody is ever going to match me. Because I love me, I respect me, and I trust me, and I'm going to live my life to the fullest. This is how y'all got to be, and y'all don't get here just by hoping, wishing it, and praying. Y'all don't get here by writing it down in your diary thinking it's going to be that. You don't get that from sitting in front of your dream board, hoping, wishing, and praying for it. You get that by having those hard conversations with yourself and saying how, what, when, and why. You get there by having that conversation with yourself about loving yourself, respecting yourself, and trusting yourself. A lot of us don't do that. A lot of us don't know how to love ourselves. A lot of us don't know how to trust ourselves, let alone a lot of us damn sure don't respect ourselves. I'm cooking. I'm cooking for you. I don't mind. I'm cooking. Half of y'all wouldn't be with the nigga that you with today. Half of y'all wouldn't be with the woman that you with today if you respected yourself a little bit more, if you trusted yourself a little bit more, if you loved yourself a little bit more. You wouldn't be in these shit ass relationships. But you don't want to look at the time when you was happy, fat, and fine and single. You don't want to look at that. No, you don't. You don't want to look at the time when you was yourself, when you were your true version of yourself, when y'all was in that dating phase. You don't want to look at that. You've been married 15, 20 years. You don't want to look at how happy you was and how slender you was and how fine you were when y'all was in that dating stage. You want to look at that because too much trouble doesn't happen and you don't trust yourself because you don't let so much shit go in that relationship. So you like, I might as well just exist. And you go on with the same person 30 years, 40 years till you die miserable. Every picture these old married couples take, ain't nobody smiling. You seen it. The man sitting up there, the lady sitting up there, And all the whole damn time ain't nobody cracking a teeth, but they been married 30 years. That's because they didn't love themselves, they didn't respect themselves, and they didn't trust themselves to make life decisions to make themselves feel good, look good, and be better. I'm the one to tell you, sorry, grandma, sorry, grandpa, pep, pep, nana. And some of y'all growing up in that same energy, some of y'all with somebody that you not even standing up to tell that person, bitch, you ain't gonna handle me like that. You ain't gotta say it so harsh like me. I'm just him. You ain't telling that woman, I can't take your abuse, your conversation, I can't take your attitude. You don't love yourself and respect yourself, trust yourself enough, man. Some of y'all women sitting up there getting clock across y'all damn head because y'all don't love yourself, respect yourself, or trust yourself enough to get out of that situation. You loving that other person more so. And then when you see how you done got your ass whipped, beat, busted, you ain't cute no more, the cuts in your face, scars in your face, bags under your eyes, face drooping, you at, I don't want to look at that version of me. I don't want to look at that version of me. That version of me when I was a super duper sexy old thing, happy, go lucky, living life. I don't want to look at that version of me because I got to have that conversation with that version of me. And having that conversation with that version of me will make me realize my weakness, make me realize how much of a coward I am, that I have to be sitting in this shit. Come on now. I done been there, done that. I ain't telling you no hypothetical. I'm telling you what I did. I let women dog me the fuck out because I didn't love myself. I didn't trust myself. I didn't respect myself. Them days over. Them days over. I used to get mad at Mister from The Color Purple when that girl done cleaned that whole house and he walking in, he throw his muddy boot on the table, clean this boot. I say, this is an ass. But as I grew up and I realized Mister didn't love himself at all. What it was, Mister was trying to make himself feel good by dominating somebody. He could have shook that boot off outside. He could have asked her nicely. But because he didn't respect himself and everything he had let his daddy take him through without having a mama around and all that stuff, he had no respect for himself. So he took that out on that girl. A lot of y'all just like that with your kids today. Because you don't love yourself or respect yourself or trust yourself, you turning your kids into domestic slaves. You turning your lovers into domestic slaves. Come on now. Am I hurting your feeling? Am I helping you see some shit? Every motherfucker that has a woman that treat that woman like shit, nigga, you don't love yourself, you don't trust yourself, and you don't respect yourself because you don't have to put that energy on that woman. Every woman out here that sit out there use a nigga for his money, fuck him over, do what you gotta do. It's my word. Use what you got to get what you want. You don't love yourself, you don't respect yourself, you don't trust yourself to make proper decisions. You have to feed off the turmoil and suffering of other people. And then guess what? Some people take pictures, people, and some people hold pictures to the death, to the end. And if you see that picture when you was mistreating that person, you'll sit up there and hate yourself because you can see the nasty look that you looking at that person. I done been in situations where I don't seen pictures of my homeboys when we talk on our little man's group. He was like, man, this is us right now. We over here in the Bahamas at the picture. Look at us. He happy holding a fish in his hand. You know who it is, brother. I'm not holding a fish in his hand. He on the beach just caught a 200-pound bass, and he looking his wife in the background. Boy, you don't. I said you don't see what this lady looking at you. I said that woman don't like you no more. You better do something to make that woman like you again. Oh, that's just the way she is. That's just her face. She been like that. Look at what she don't love you no ass no more. She's gonna be cheating with the pool man. Keep it up. He'll blow it off because he's a coward. He don't want to face the truth. He don't respect himself, love himself, or trust himself to make the right decision and have a proper conversation. I done seen women out there with their man. They all happy. They taking pictures with their man. They man sitting over there in the corner with his head down trying to hide his face. He don't want to show his teeth. He want to. Why you like that? Smile for the picture. I'm hearing the shit. Then you look at that picture, you look back at that picture. Why you so goddamn happy? Why he so sad? because you ain't loving yourself, lady, enough to correct that shit. Boy, we on a goddamn day. We in a joyous moment. You better do the right thing and don't ruin my goddamn moment. You shouldn't have came if you had that nasty ass attitude or that you brought that energy. Go home. See, I never would say that. I'd be like, oh, it's gonna be okay, and I work harder to make her love me, make her happy. But now, I take your ass on a date and you ain't smiling, you ain't happy, and I'm busting my ass doing what I gotta do. I tell you straight, this will never happen again, sweetheart. I'm gonna enjoy myself. You can sit over here and be a bitch and be crazy, be manic, depressed, go through whatever emotion you're going through. But I'm gonna live in this moment and I'm gonna enjoy myself. And trust me, this will not happen again. And I'm gonna party over here and walk the fuck on off. Because I love myself and I trust myself and I respect myself. So if a person take a picture of me on that date, you guess what? I know that I'm in good standing. I ain't gotta have that hard conversation with him because I already had him with the versions of him many years before. And each one of them versions of me that I looked at those pictures from many years before told me, nigga, you're gonna start trusting yourself. You're gonna start respecting yourself and you're gonna start loving yourself. Or I'm gonna take everything away from you. And when you call yourself bluff, oh, it happened. You'll find out, man, I just had $1 million in the bank. Bitch, now I'm asking somebody for $2 to put gas in my car. God damn. Because that past version of yourself took everything away because you didn't trust and believe and respect and love. I'm just a messenger. I said what I said. I ain't never going back to not believing that I can do anything. I ain't never going back to being under somebody else's boot or being under somebody else's emotional control and turmoil. It ain't the fact that I'm so masculine and women ain't shit. No, no, no. I think all women are beautiful, even with that stank attitude. Keep in mind, I love a old motherfucker with a nasty ass attitude. That's a challenge. Shut your ass up and give me a kiss. Come out, come out. Let me slap your booty. I'm him. You gonna get happy around me one way or the other. And if you still sad, you gonna get that energy, people. Get that damn energy. Love yourself enough to have those conversations with yourself in these pictures when you was at your lowest, when you was at your highest. Ask, how did you get here? What did you do to get to this point? It's okay. It's a word. Uh, Dugaragalagi. I don't know how to fucking say it. Y'all will come up with it. Is an imaginary conversation with the old photo of yourself. I'll finish it. In this conversation, you might offer the photo advice. Oh, as it if it is thinking that you did it justice. See, that's what I did. Do you think I'm doing you justice right now, old version of me? The way I'm living, the way I'm building myself up, the exercise and the regiments, the rituals that I go through, the meditation, the spiritual cleansing, the women that I'm dealing with, the energy that I'm hanging around. Do you think I'm doing you justice? I don't ever want you to come back to life. I like the fact that you did, that you went through that moment. I like the fact that you ain't that old, beat up, dusty, rusty version of me. Am I doing you justice? I don't want to bring you back to life. What can I do to keep you gone, dead, and out of here? Respect yourself, trust yourself, love yourself, or you ain't never got to see me again. Okay, that's the trade-off. When I talk to myself when I'm at my highest moment, how can I always have your energy? Respect yourself, love yourself, trust yourself, and I'll always be with you. And here I am today, loving myself, just learning how to love myself at 46 years old. Imagine if I would have had this love myself energy at 21, at 31, at 41. Hell, I didn't grow up till I turned 36 years old. I only been a grown man for 10 years. It is what it is. I'm him. I can tell you. I've been a grown man for every bit of 10 goddamn years. Other than that, I was a childish ass little womanizing ass little boy running around this bitch, still trying to puff up my chest and stretch out my dick. 10 years ago, I became a grown ass man. Hell broke loose in my heart and in my household. But guess what? I emerged at 46, healed, knowing, and understanding, and very apologetic and humble. But I still keep that ego because guess what, bitch? You ain't letting that go. That ego make me right. Y'all need to start listening to yourself. Hell with listening to me. Hell with listening to the preacher. Hell with listening to the other spiritualists, the motivational speakers. You got the best counsel you can ever give yourself. And it all starts with looking at an old photo of yourself and asking that photo them hard questions. So here's the homework. People, how about you go to your friends? I know it's going to be hard, but here's some homework. Go to your friends. Girl, you remember when we went out to the club on this day and that day? Do you have that photo of me in your phone or in your photo album? Do you? Yeah, yeah, yeah. We took a picture when we was at the club and I was high drunk, coked out, exited out, whatever the hell you was on. Yeah, I got him. Can I just see him? I wanna compare. And you look at what your old friends got, or what people in your life got, your aunties and your uncles, photos that they took that they keep in memory, because they the ones that really see you for who you are. And you have that conversation with that image of you, whether it's good, bad, or indifference. And you have that hard conversation. And you make a deal with that version of you that I could never let you resurface again. I give my life and limb so I don't have to see your depressed face anymore. It's okay to hate that version of yourself. It's okay to keep that bitch dead. And then you look at the picture when you was at the highlight. I want to bring your energy back to my life. What can I do? I give life, limb, and liberty just to see you heal, to have your energy around me, absorb that good feeling because I want that old feeling back. And you do everything you got to do to get it. Simple. Now, here goes a really heavy spiritual point. That was y'all homework. Hope y'all can do it. Here's a real heavy spiritual point, a spiritual mission to this thing, good people. Do you know this word, Daguerreolgue? Y'all having an old photo with yourself. Do you know why they cut out you know why they cut out taking pictures with the camera and putting them on tin and copper plates back in the old days? Notice what I'm finna tell you. People used to look at these old tin copper plates of themselves back from the old days when they used to take the pictures and you gotta stand there for an additional 3 to 4 minutes. So you holding in your stomach that long, breathing shallow. That's why them pictures be like they did preps. Yeah, they ain't had a flash where we can fake it. Back in the day, they had to look at it and they put it on the back of tin plates, copper plates, and everything. Why would they use tin and copper out of all the metals on the planet? Tin metabolized. Tin works with your liver. It's a metabolism. Tin is basically a Saint Michael, a Ogun, a warrior's energy. Tin. It helps with the metabolism. 10 is also Jupiter, hopeful, wishing, thinking, that energy right there. So they will put it on 10 plates. Because at that, they were telling you, if you ever look back at this photo, I need you to process it. I need you to metabolize it. I need you to understand it. Some of them went on copper. This is the most expensive. Copper deals with the heart chakra. It deals with love. Okay. It also deals with the liver, believe it or not. It deals with love, the heart, blood flow, that energy right there. They put it on these tin and copper plate because when you look back on it, you need to understand that you could process the energy and harness the vibration from that metal that these picture was taken on. So sometimes you need to look at a picture and understand why the fuck you went through what you went through. Then you need to look, and that's on that tin. Then you need to look at that copper plating, and you'll look at that motherfucker and you'll say, damn, I need to love myself. And you'll get the energy. But this word has been around for years because this is the practice of doing that picture taking. This is where this word come from. Do you think people in the old world had some great technology? So homework. When you ask for that picture for somebody, how about you get a piece of real copper in your hand and you hold it? As you hold that picture, get a piece of copper and tin. When I meditate, I got a copper rod and I got a tin agate rod. And I hold them in my hand and I meditate like this. Because I need to metabolize what's going on and I need to love what's going on, what I'm seeing, so I don't freak out. So I hold both rods in my hand. How about when you look at that picture, you hold both, hold copper. I don't care which hand, it ain't important. Copper and tin. And you look at that photo and you meditate and you have that conversation. So you can understand what's going on in that photo at that time. And your heart chakra can help you love and understand what's going on in that photo at that time. So you can emerge better. People, did I just give you some information that's more than worth your time this morning? The bottom line, we don't understand and we too immature to process. We don't love ourselves enough or trust ourselves enough or respect ourselves enough to go back in time and talk about it. We just waiting on the next sound bite to make us feel good. When somebody say, I'm tired, you have a sound bite, I'm tired, I can't take this no more. And it brings you to tears over a 30-second sound bite going up your timeline and you want to attach a picture to it. That lets you know you're still broken. That lets you know you're still broken. When you hear a song and you can't stop crying, that lets you know you're still broken. It's something inside of you that you need to have that conversation with. And you ain't gonna find it by going directly inside because we dealing with surface emotions and we don't have enough time to process it. So you look at those old photos of you and you ask them why, what, how, when. And you get the understanding of that depressed energy, that loving energy, that happy energy, that happy moment. And you ask the question, how can I bring that back? Why should I bring it back? What should I do to get this back? How? And live your best goddamn life from here on out. Just face your truth. Be real with yourself. Be honest. And get out of any situation you in. It's your right to be free. It's your right to be you and it's your right to love you. Nobody, you shouldn't believe nobody love you more than you love you. Or you shouldn't want nobody to love you more than you love you. I done been there and done that. I love me more than anything. How y'all feel about this here talk? Is it something y'all can practice? Is it something y'all can do? I'm planning to go viral soon because I want to be a viral YouTuber that turned to president. And not in the history of America has that happened. I'm going to be the first. People, these are very simple things you can do to heal your inner child, to heal your inner self. Gail said, I'm damn sure working on being free. Like Carmen say, much needed. Appreciate you. Ah, thank you, Stacy Hernandez. You have to be your love, focusing in on who you are, and you attract the love too. I agree. You know it. Jasmine say, very good talk. Hey, everybody, it's time for us to stop letting everybody control us. We live in a world of social media where every damn thing is fake. And to see somebody pure, authentic is a godsend. And let me tell you something about the human nature, the human mind. When you see an authentic person, you hate that person. You hate that person deep down to your core because that person is more authentic than you can ever be. So you'll find anything wrong with that person from the way they talk, look, smell. You'll come up with imaginary ideas to demonize that person, that woman, that sister, that man, that child, because they're authentic. Instead of you getting on the authentic train and being as 100% genuine and authentic as you need to be, you'll demonize that person. That's just human nature. It takes a strong person to say, I'm fucked up. But that person has got their shit together. So I like that person. I'm not going to hate that person or insult that person. If I'm winning and you not winning, it takes a real human to say I'm happy that person winning. I get my time soon. Oh, I can't stand the fact that that nigga got one of the finer bitches on the planet. I can't stand the fact that she got her shit going on and she winning. She driving a Mercedes Benz and she done got a BBL. She did what she felt she had to do. He did what he felt he had to do. I'm happy for you. I may not like your material, your content, whatever, but I'm genuinely happy for you because you winning. I get there. Hell, I'm gonna mimic you if I have to get there too. But when somebody authentic, people tend to hate that person. It is what it is, human nature. We can get past that too. Love people for who they fuck they are. Don't make no excuses and don't make up no story. That is what it is. Kim the priest, excellent conversation as always. Thank you. Empress with the pink eye. What it is, what it is. Everybody, I'm good. Did I not curse? Did I tone down the cursing in my videos? I'm trying to get the message out. I could use my words, but I'm so southern and I'm so ratchet. I curse I'm trying and I ain't insult nobody. I hope so. I'm trying to be good. God knows I like to curse and talk and do my thing, but I don't. I want you guys to really get this message, and I want the algorithm to pick it up. Maybe that's why I was getting shadow banned. Cause last night they literally deleted my live in real time. I did a great live, and they deleted that thing in real time. I'm getting text message, why you took your live down? I didn't have time to take it down. They don't want. I guess I got a healing message, and if it gets out of there, and I want to be president, maybe I could shake the internet world up. I could be fire hot in a positive manner. Who knows? I think it's coming though. But everybody, I'm finna let you guys go, and all that. I may add my True Spook stories have now switched to Patreon. It is paid content. The reason I did that because I know a lot of people wasn't the channel wasn't getting traction, and it's very difficult for me to go back into my memories because as you can see, I got a lot of hurt and pain, and I'm sharing these stories, and they are true things that happened to me in my life, and I got to relive them. And I just had to think I need to love myself enough and respect myself enough and trust myself enough that my life is worth telling, my story is worth telling, and that if somebody gonna listen to it and really rock with me, they're gonna compensate me for it. So I had to bite the bullet and do that. So now they're on Patreon. They are paid stories. I give you a portion of it on YouTube, and I give you enough on YouTube that it'll trap you in, but you'll be able to figure it out the ending. But if you want the whole story, you'll have to go to my Patreon. It's in the link in this video. Uh, a lot of people are starting to let me record their readings again. So now, all this whole week filled with reading, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. You got it. It is what it is. Come 8:30 p.m. Eastern time to this channel and look at some great readings, some great conversations. I got a couple confirmations from the readings I did. Sister say, "Yep, I'm pregnant." Sister say, "Bitch, you good." She say, "This that was one day, and then I take the test, and boom, there it is." So it's like confirmation. A lot of people have been like, "Man, how the hell you this psychic? How you seeing this?" It just happened on a couple other things as far as people getting money, spell work I've done. So I'm happy. I'm smiling about that because I know spirit is rocking with them and rocking through me for them. So y'all come through, check out those readings, get some insight, get some good positive messages from them, laugh a little bit, joke a little bit, talk it amongst each other, figure out what's going on. If I'm not mistaken, this is the third Tuesday of the month. Let me double check this calendar. I want to make sure. So the third, the 10th, the third, the 10th, and the 17th. So tomorrow will be One Question Tarot Tuesday for the Patreon members. That's One Question Tarot Tuesday. That will be tomorrow. I'm gonna start that at I'm gonna yeah 7:30. I started at 7:30 because it goes up to like 10 o'clock. But we gonna rock in there. We gonna rock. Uh, this Saturday will be another teaching. The third Saturday out of the month will be another teaching on Patreon where I teach some of the spells that my grandma taught me back in the day. The last one was really good. It's a protection spell for your family. Uh, and again, it's very gender specific. Only women can do this spell. I don't give a shit what you identify as. This spell can only be done by women. It is what it is. So please, men, don't do this spell. If you go to them, you better have a woman watching and walk her ass through the process. But you cannot touch this spell. It is not for you. It's for women. And it's a great spell. Simple, easy, but trust me, it'll work. And that's all about it. I'm gonna let you guys go. Positive comments below. Remember to comment something. I don't care if it's one letter. I don't care if you put an emoji. I don't care if it's a negative comment, because I got to get the algorithm up. I was shadow banned. They sent me the email saying that a couple people reported my channel for me cursing, and they got offended with me saying certain words or curse words, and they couldn't tell me which one. And they went back about 2, 3 years to an old video where I was really blowing up the flame, and that's the one that YouTube been flagging me on. uh I've been cursing in the videos from the past, like 3 years ago, 4 years ago, not nothing recent, because they really in the chat, they really talking. They, yeah, it's the old video, so somebody is going back watching videos from 3, 4 years ago, so that's a real malicious person. So by all means, they saying I'm not violating YouTube, but they can't push the act. They said I'm not violating community guidelines. They send you an email. I think the email said this is not a community guideline violation, but this is something that can't be said, and we need to take that video down, script that video down, or I gave false medical information, I gave false information, political information. This is the emails they sending me that they're giving me. So somebody's going back reporting it. So either way, that's the energy. But hey, y'all comment something on this page, share it, like it, get my algorithm up, because we got to defeat these people that's not positive. Nothing about these messages is detrimental to anybody's life. It's really something to build you up, to give you confidence, to give you strength. But there's a lot of hateful, grateful hearted people out there who don't want to see people win, or just petty to the point they creating fake pages just to do it. And listen, I got respect for a troll. Those ain't trolls doing that. That's people who have taken an individual very personal and serious. That's somebody that has a vendetta. Even the trolls like to come in and disrupt your shit. I can respect that. But if you gonna create 3 or 4 fake pages just to dislike a bitch video, just to say some nasty shit, or just to report, you're wasting a lot of time. You could be doing a lot of self work on yourself, coming up with some positive shit, or taking the information that these content creators are giving you and putting it towards your life. And this is so petty in the spiritual community. And sometimes I think it's other spiritualists doing it, because sometimes I may disagree with a spell that they said, or disagree with a message that they said, and then they want to get in their feeling, throw you in a pot, throw spell work on you, or make you or report your channel. And that's sad. It's enough energy and money and resources out here for everything and everyone. It's an opinion, and everybody need an opinion to go off to base something in their life on. A good message is a good message, whether it's bad or what. So I said all that to say this. Y'all support your boy. Y'all support me. I can use the support. I know all this other stuff is allowed. All right, I'm finna let you go. All right, everybody. I am the Baron, and that's Mr. Petty Bones. He fell and hit me, man. He fell. I want to tell y'all. So I was having a conversation with my Baron, and he didn't like what I said. And I leaned back in my chair, and I was having a conversation with him. And that statue jumped off the fucking wall and hit me in my back and scratched my shit up. And he broke his hand right there. So I put him together. I bought another one because I like him so much. So Mr. Petty Bones was being petty, and he didn't like what I told him one day. And the deal, and I was talking shit to him. And Mr. Petty Bones hit me. So say hey to Mr. Petty Bones, y'all. Give him some recognition, because he said you is not gonna stop being a tarot man. Because I told him I'm finna stop this shit. I say I can't take the pressure. I say I'm better than this. I'm losing my cool. And Mr. Petty Bones hit me. Mr. Petty Bones said, "No, bitch, I want the attention." So Mr. Petty Bones, They saying hey to you, Mr. Pettibone. I ain't gonna get rid of you, Mr. Pettibones. You in the limelight now, baby. Do what you do. Yeah, he was being petty. Yeah, he was being petty, boy. Y'all don't know. Mr. Pettibones ain't about that business. Oh my God. Oh my God. I love it. I love it. All right, everybody. I'm finna let you guys go. I am the Baron, telling you guys to trust the you in the universe, because at the end of the day, that's all you got. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you all. Soul Tribe. Miss Davis, what's up? Ah. All right. I'm finna get out of here, y'all. Y'all be good. And no, if this video get deleted, I didn't delete it. I'm not deleting none of my damn videos. That's YouTube or the haters. I don't know. Talk to y'all later.